So CNN just came out with this new segment. It's about this illegal immigrant, and she is packing up to get deported because she's self-reporting because the United States is actually enforcing the law now, and she's afraid she might get thrown into alligator Alcatraz or something, which I'd be scared too if I was here illegally. So let's go ahead and watch this video. Obviously, it's CNN trying to garner some sort of like emotion for people who aren't supposed to be here. So go ahead and watch this video.
These are the main pictures from our house that we didn't want to just throw away.
Sasha Mendoza has the impossible task of packing up her family's life in Pittsburgh into a handful of suitcases.
It's really hard to tell a 4-year-old that they can't bring their toys or their stuffed animal. There's just not enough room. We can't put a stuffed animal and then have no pants. I've literally never felt anxiety the way that I have in the last 2 years here.
So you are saying bye to the U.S. for good?
For good, yeah. Yeah, for good.
Fearful of President Donald Trump's immigration crackdown, Sasha, her husband Julio, and their 3 kids are leaving behind the life they built together.
That kid's pigment. He looks a little white there, buddy. Are you sure that's your kid? All of them are darker, and he's like the only like white child.
The life they built together.
What are you the most excited for in Mexico?
The pool.
The pool?
And the beach.
The beach?
Julio is an undocumented immigrant from Mexico. Sasha and their 3 children are all U.S. citizens. They decided to make the move together only moments after Trump took office.
There was an executive order being signed, and that was her call.
She's white. That's why. She looks kind of tan. I thought she was Mexican. That's why their kid is white, because she's like white. Right. So you're going to go and leave this home to go live in Mexico because your husband's being deported, or you don't want your husband to be deported? That's crazy. Why you were living here for so long to have a family? Why didn't he get legalized in the process? Why couldn't he just come here legally? You see, like, I blame Biden too. I totally blame Biden for all this because he's the one that opened the door for all these illegal immigrants to come in. Like, literally, when he was about to be president, he nodded at the immigrants saying, "Hey, come in. We got you." So this is all Biden's fault that this has to happen. And it sucks. It's hard. It's ugly. But you gotta, it's gotta be done.
First said, like, what do you think about moving to Mexico? And I said, honestly, at this point, yeah, let's do it.
We're gonna move to Mexico.
We're gonna move to Mexico, not today.
And
At
with
least he's
that,
happy.
the family began to wind down their lives, sifting through keepsakes and moving out of their home.
Say bye to the house.
Bye. Miss you.
When you were dating, did your status as being undocumented come up at all?
And then our first date, we kind of like were mentioning it without mentioning it. And at one point, he ordered a drink and he asked for extra ice. And I said, "No, we don't do ice here." And he was like, That was like the only thing we were gonna say.
How freaking awkward was that? We don't do ice here. Sorry. What in the world? Why can't y'all just get legalized? See, and it's like sad too because he might be a hardworking citizen, or not citizen, but a hardworking illegal immigrant, and he has to go because, and he lives in Los Angeles, and it's crazy right now in that Los Angeles, so that's the worst place to live at.
Julio crossed the U.S. southern border when he was 11 years old, and he's lived in Pittsburgh ever since.
You see, like, since he was 11, he came here, and what is he, like 30? So he had all the time in the freaking world to get legalized. Why didn't you get legalized? This is your fault. I'm sorry. This is his fault. And they want us to feel sorry for him. You've been here since you were 11. And you couldn't get legalized throughout all those years?
One of his first concerns when we talked about moving is like, how am I going to watch the Steeler games?
You're a Pittsburgh native for all intents and purposes.
Oh my God, yeah.
What made Trump a second term more nerve-wracking for you, that to come to a decision that you had to leave the country?
There are no limits. There are no limits on being a target. The only main concern is like he looks brown, he looks different, he don't speak English. He's the one. It doesn't matter.
That's where things.
I mean, that surely fits the description of an illegal immigrant. And I stand on this. If you're a U.S. citizen, you come from Mexico or something, learn our language. They need to change it, like where they need to learn. It doesn't have to be perfect. You don't have to speak perfect English. At least understand me when I'm talking to you. Like if I go to Mexico and I was living there, I would learn I was gonna say Mexico Mexican. If I went to Mexico and lived there, I would learn Spanish. I would be fluent in it. If I was there for a whole year, I promise I'll be fluent in Spanish. Because if Spanish is everywhere, I'm gonna learn the language. So I don't know. It's crazy because it's completely your fault, man.
Stand tonight in the case of Gilmar Abrego Garcia.
They were confronted with their worst nightmare when Gilmar Abrego Garcia was mistakenly deported to a notorious mega prison in El Salvador.
I can see myself in that, and
Oh
I
my
don't
gosh,
want us
dude.
to wait until we're in the same situation.
Is that the dude that they the politicians went there to say hi to him? That was so freaking cringe, bro. That was the cringiest thing ever. Democrats were like part of the MS-13 at that moment.
There are people who will say, you came to the U.S. illegally. Why didn't you do it the right way?
Exactly.
What do you say to people?
Yep.
If you were to be put in my situation at my age
Nope.
to tell me do it the right way, the whole process pretty much takes about 15 to 20 years.
Sir, you've been here for like 15, 20 years. You would have gotten it already. I know people that came here legally and then got their citizenship. Yeah, it took 10 years, but they're legal now. They don't got to worry about ICE bashing in their door and taking them. And if you are legal and you come from Mexico and you're afraid that ICE is going to come and deport you, you don't have to have nothing to worry about. Even if you get accidentally arrested, you're going to be set free after because they're going to see, oh, you're a legal American. Okay, we'll let you go. Simple as that.
By that time, I don't think my kids or anyone's kids who are starving or in a dangerous situation can wait 15, 20 years for you to come here and start working.
What did we say that we could get when we get there?
OPS Sonic.
No, we did not say that.
How did you approach the conversation with your kids?
They know the realistic part of it, which is that it will be very difficult for them to adapt to, especially mostly language-wise. That's like our biggest thing. They're not anywhere near fluent, and they are going to be going into a school that is Spanish-speaking. Who's that?
How are they
That's
not
you.
Spanish
For Sasha,
fluent?
leaving the U.S. also means saying goodbye to the places she's called home.
You grew up at this house. What is it like for you to leave this house and what it represents to you?
It is definitely hard because, yeah, there's a lot of good memories. This has always been like the kind of comeback place. As far as we know, we won't be able to do that. We've kind of all decided that today is most likely the last time that we'll all be like in the same place at the same time.
Hours of research behind them, the Mendoza family spent their final days in Pittsburgh saying goodbye to
So it's just funny how they're showing the kids playing around like they really want you to feel sorry for this family. And it sucks, yeah. I'm not going to lie. It makes you feel bad that they have to leave their whole life behind because their freaking father, it's his fault. If anything, it's your fault. This is the dude's fault for not doing anything. That's your fault. Oh, it takes forever to go through. Brother, you're like 40 years old. You could have done it when you were 18. But no, you want to procrastinate and just chill off the government or whatever you were chilling off of. I'm pretty sure it looks like he's probably like a lawn, maybe does yard work or something because I saw like some trucks in the back. I'm not trying to like saying that because he's Mexican, but you know, if you do yard work and stuff, you have a little company, you can make some good money. So that's why they probably have a nice house. And they say they're in Pittsburgh, but he had an LA shirt on, so I don't know if he's in LA or Pittsburgh. But anyway, yeah.
family and friends.
Stay in touch, right? No? I love it too, big dog. Stay safe. Stay safe.
It's a decision not taken lightly, but for Julio, no other choice.
Rolling the dice will be staying here. That will be rolling the dice. Playing with my life, playing with my kids' life, playing with my wife's life. That will be a gamble. I would say it's taking a gamble. I'm taking a certain win on this one, for sure.
You should have done something, buddy. I don't feel sorry for you, dude. You know, it sucks that your family has to go through this, but it's your fault. I don't care. I don't care what anybody says. How on earth should you feel bad for this family if the dad didn't get legalized? You should have got legalized. I'm sure freaking 20 years ago, it was a lot easier to get legalized or whatever. And you didn't get legalized. That's your fault. You should have went through the legal process. The mom should have not have dated him if he was illegal. You should have been like, I'll marry you if you get legalized to push him to do it. So I blame the parents. Just like every kid situation, I blame the parents. So, what do you guys think about this video? Do you guys feel sympathy for this poor family that's getting deported? This is clearly like a CNN stunt to make you feel bad, and it sucks for the kids. But at the same time, the parents are irresponsible. That's your fault. You know what's going on. You know the process to get legalized. You didn't do it. You had kids with an illegal person. That's your fault. So, anyway, sorry. I don't feel any sympathy for people like that. You should have done something when you had a chance. Now the country's actually doing something, and now you're scared. So, what do you guys think about this video? Go ahead and leave your thoughts in the comments below. Go ahead and like this video and subscribe if you're new. And I'll see you guys in the next video.